happening? Man, what it do? I over here at the bar, chilling. These I gotta clear my head like that. It's an echo in that bad boy. Trying to just clear my mind before I call these people, or before I make my rating on my guests. Cause man, there's always some stuff, I'm gonna tell you. It's one little thing after another thing after another thing. But it's like it's all good. It's good. I said everything is working out well, and the law of attraction is in effect. It's just not always what you think, because you got to attract things that test the thing that you say that you're working on. Not to mention, just attract the things to help you get to where you need to go. And shit, it can't all be just gravy, sweet ice cream with cherries and sprinkles, just because you're working on the law of attraction. Some of it, just by the nature of things, has got to be difficult. You know what I mean? It's got to be a difficult way of reaching growth. Like, shit, what else could it be? You know? It takes all of that to grow. Law of attraction. It ain't all gravy. And I think all the way around, I handle that shit well, man. You know, dude, like I say, they come in charming. I could tell you exactly, T for T, word for word, thing for thing, play for play, exactly what happened with this specific person. Come in charming, come in for a day. And I've had a few people come at me from this angle, and I know it's a kind, and that's just how it happened, how it went down. Just let me know that, yeah, I was right, and I am right, and the actions that I've been taking have been the correct actions. Don't go for that okie doke. Keep it on the books, keep it on Airbnb, where you can text and make your phone calls, and all of that's going through Airbnb. It's official. They know exactly what's being said, who's saying what, whether you're being fair or unfair. That's why I always say it's better to go through them as your you keep them as your buffer, you know. You're in between you and the guests. I figure it's really another level of protection. I don't be telling the guests. Well, I tell them it's a level of protection. I mean, it is what it is. But man, I've seen things where renters do their thing. It depends on the state you're in. I don't think Texas play all that much, but they might. What you call it, squatters' rights and stuff like that. But if I'm going through Airbnb, that's, like I said, that's one more level. You was never a squatter. You never had squatters' rights because you was an Airbnb guest. That's what you were. That's what the deal is. And you know, so from start to finish, I'm through them. They're a middleman. You were never directly dealing with me, whether I had a lease or not had a lease. And that's the thing. So you got to make sure, if you was going to go off the books, that you get a lease. So they try to steer you and manipulate you to get off of the Airbnb platform so they can manipulate you farther, so that whatever they do, however they dirty your room up, smoke your room up, trash your carpet, trash your bed, break your TV off the wall, whatever they do, it's gonna be 100% on you. You'd be a fool for that. And I think the guest did that, attempted to do that to me. Who knows what he did to the last people? The pillows ruined. The what you call it? At least the cover that go over the mattress is ruined. I'm gonna have to get another mattress cover. I might have to get another fucking mattress. I'm looking at my receipt, I paid $400 for that mattress, you know. So I'm not gonna take that shit as a loss if it's ruined. He broke the chair. Everything just was dirty all the time. I should have did better documentation on the filth. I just was cleaning it because it was filthy. You know, I just was like on it. So if anything that I made a mistake on, it was not documenting enough of the ongoing process. I took pictures of everything, like as in the room after he checked out. Damn, boy, you live and you learn, though. You know, that's the only thing I believe I could have did better. Document that step by step by step by step. Did I do anything? I think not. And so, man, I didn't. I'm gonna do my best to get it right. I got 8 days between now and the other guest. I'm ordering a mattress for the other bed. I'm gonna be ordering a mattress for this fucking bed if I had to get rid of this shit. We'll see how it goes, man. You know, you just never know the kind of thing that you're gonna be dealing with. And that's what I say. So if you deal with this on an apartment level, stretched out over a period of time, that's that much more damage that they could do. So I read it to be short term so I could at least correct it as much as possible in that short amount of time. Like, it's only so much you could stink it up, or it's only so many holes you could kick in a shorter amount of time. Yeah, I mean, shit, you kick maximum amount of holes, but you know, like, even if that's the way you are, you figure you need more time. You do a lot in a short amount of time. Imagine what you would do in 6 months versus 6 days or 3 weeks. Imagine 3 months versus 3 weeks. It'd be more. Everything be fucked up. Both the pillows, the mattress, the whole, like, everything would be ruined. It's one pillow, as far as I can tell, and a sheet set, and at least that topper thing, like I said, the protector that you buy to protect everything. That's it's at least dirty, that's for sure. How you dirty that shit up? Like, man, I just can't fathom this. It's blowing my mind. So, like, I don't even know how people that's not actually there and your housekeeper is dealing with this stuff. Like, at the end of the day, I guess they're making a lot of money because they got a lot of Airbnbs, and people will accept a lot of shady shit, you know. So I don't care how fly your shit look, how fly your theme is. If it ain't the cleanliness of it is not up to par, that would be an issue for me. So I would really like to know how they dealing with it, and I know how I'm gonna deal with it. It's gonna be more of a hands-on approach, man. How the fuck you in overseas somewhere vacationing and having this go on? Yeah, you could have it go on and it could be clean to an extent, to a degree. Then when you get one of these nightmare guests, man, you're gonna have to deal with that shit. Like, either you lying, you making it look like better than what it is, or potentially, no matter how much money you're making, your whole shit could fall apart. A few bad guests. What happens when you get the guests like I've had, where you gotta air that shit out for 14 days? Then what? Where you didn't extended yourself so far with that, so far with setting it up, the deposit, it's an apartment. Like my situation is different. If you put yourself out thin, that's just not a good idea to do. Take that shit one at a time, man, and learn. Even if you got the book, learn that shit one at a time. Get your best case scenario. Personally, I would advise having like I have a 3-bedroom, living at one with that one bed, and at least you would, like, I got to share the bath because of my bath is fucked up, but in a way it's good because it keeps you really on top of what's going on the other side, which is what I was doing even when mine was working, when my son was there, to keep on top of what was going on, because he was slipping so much that I had to do that, sacrifice that to get over there all the time. So that's a thing. Man, it is what it is. People need supervision, and you have people in your house unattended. They'll do whatever. They will treat it however. They'll treat it shitty, and you right there in the house. But this last dude, his biggest thing, man, is hygiene. This motherfucker, how you deal with people that stink, and then you ain't even there. So you got your contactless check-in. You ain't seen them. You ain't even giving them the key or nothing. And they're a dirtbag. They're the dirtiest, filthiest, dirtiest dirtbag that there could be. So everything is gonna go that way, and you ain't gonna know it until they check out, and you got the guests from hell, all your shit fucked up. You done let them in there by themselves. You ain't nowhere around. It sound good in theory. I don't know. I got a plan that I'm gonna have to work, and I don't know. We gonna see if I can work it. I don't know how much I can tell y'all or everything about everything, but it's kind of common sense. Fuck, you ain't like even if I tell you, you got to do it. Common sense. I'm gonna try to get them all in a certain vicinity, in a certain mile range, preferably. And even if I got something out of town, it had to be a certain mile range, a certain amount I could get there by car and or by plane or by bus or whatever, a certain amount of time. I preferably, if I could get there within, say, no more than 6 hours away. Yeah, no more than that. So I'd be no more than you figure like a day max, a day away, a day back. If I go there, stay there, whatever, come back, clean up, straighten up, maintain, or make sure things are being cleaned up, straightened up, maintained. Just supervise that shit. Then I can go back and forth like that, a couple hours, 3 hours back, 3 hours back, 3 hours, say make that 5 hours, deal with it. That's 8 hours, go back, 3 more hours, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not bad. 12 hours, whatever. Somewhere around there. That's not a bad little run. I wouldn't have to do it all the time, and I could get other people to do it sometimes too. And you get your co-host, but that's in the future. I can't depend on that. I would just depend on me doing the things that I know that I could do, and because you can only depend on yourself, you can only count on yourself. So me setting the stuff up the way that I need to, and having it lined up self. And if I could get some co-hosts, that's fine. I would love to have some, and we could work together. That'd be great. And then I have some shit to add about the tour road thing, man. Like, because that is a whole nother story. Like I said about that recall. When you get that recall, and they telling you that same thing, if you get that, and you get the and you have a car that have a recall on it, you can't put it back on the platform until that's straightened out. I'm waiting now since last year, since November, December. It happened to have got in an accident and everything kind of worked out in a way to where it's still even now getting the last finishing touches. That's got to wait a couple months for them to get the paint in and go back and touch up something underneath it. It's like 95% done. Still got something else. All this time, just so happened that like extra money kind of lingered around because of this, that, the other, and I'm using everything I can to my advantage and just working it, man, working it, working it, working it, working it. So the point I'm trying to make is though, if I didn't have the Airbnb, I'd still be able to make the payments, but it'd be a lot I'd be a lot hungry. Just saying. So that's like unknowns. They be talking, like get 5 and 6 calls. This shit, what if 2 or 3 of them have a recall on them just so happen the kind of car you have, anything can happen, especially when they new. Or shit, I don't think that even really matter. That's not a factor. The big factor necessarily being new could be any age and have a recall on it. More or less, well, you know what I mean. I guess it is generally a nice little time range with that. But that you'll be fucked, and then it'll be all over and quit. But that's how I know a lot of people that's even doing okay, just starting okay, doing really good. Everybody ain't gonna make it. Some people that's balling, balling, balling ain't gonna make it because when all that shit come to play in the play, it ain't gonna matter. It's just gonna fall apart. You're gonna lose everything from not, from looking like you having it together. It's not having it together. It's deeper than that, ain't it? So, um, that's what's up. So I'm out here getting a little exercise. I'm gonna have to call them. I think I have I know I have at least 24 or 48 hours. I'm pretty sure it's longer than that before you have to report this thing. It's just so aggravating that I have to deal with it. I don't want to. The reason why those other people must have not put a poor rating, then did the work on itself. Just because you doing this thing don't mean, like, why would you not say that this dude had bad hygiene for the next person? Why would you have this to where, like, I ain't gonna do that. He's a really nice guy, but the hygiene is bad and you just can't let that go. You got to report that, man. You got to put that on there. You got to do better, or you shouldn't be allowed in nothing but a dirty Airbnb. How that work? Shouldn't be allowed in no all-star Airbnb for sure. Uh, Anybody that care about cleanliness, I just don't know how you would let somebody like that even in your shit if I had known. But once I found out, I had to do what I had to do. Yeah, so over and over about the same thing. It's the price of doing business, and it's the cost to pay to be the boss. Like that shit, you gotta handle. You gotta talk about things, deal with uncomfortable situations, talk to people about uncomfortable things. That's the cost to be the boss, paying that price. You don't want to do it, well, you know how that go. This worked for me. It's working, and I'm just gonna keep doing it, and I keep reporting, y'all. Yeah, so that's a whole nother breed there. I think it's a maybe a lesser narcissist. I'm not sure exactly. or maybe not a narcissist at all. I ain't sure. Very definitely manipulative and stuff like that. But we all got a little bit of narc in us. Believe that. So I'm not sure. But whatever it is, it's dirty. Like we can't have, like, God, dog, man. If you only knew. Okay, so I guess more later. For real. I'm on point, on topic is one thing, but I sort of wanted to talk about something else, but hey, it is what it is. All right, peace.